Welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about role-playing games, specifically monsters. And no, we're not talking about cow farts causing global warming or disasters or anything like that. That's just my sense of humour. I just couldn't help myself. I always thought it amusing that we wind up with topics like this in my own country and around the world. The Charnel Reaver, the monster lore behind this. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5e compatible monster. It is from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. And this patchwork animal remains. Basically, it is just patchwork animal remains. And it's inhabited by a dark soul called the Charnel Reaver or Charnel Reavers. A terrifying undead known as the Charnel Reaver rises when an evil spirit inhabits the flesh or the fleshy remains of animal pieces, forming it sort of like a Frankenstein creature of some kind. Farmlands have a dark side to them. Only hinted by the cow skull mounted on top of a fence post. Most people prefer to remain ignorant about the slaughtering of livestock for food. But the slaughterhouse is always quite noisy, followed by just sheer quiet after all the deed has been performed. So at the end of each animal butchery, the remains, the bones, the tendons and other parts that go unused, such that a dreaded spirit, usually a demon soul, can enter through the world through a viral ritual or through some action by a curious fool who meddles with unregulated magic or dark magic of some kind. In some cases, the spirit of a Charnel Reaver is actually the soul of a particularly evil person, such as a murderer or a wicked cultist who dies in the vicinity of dead stock or dead livestock. The Charnel Reaver stalks villages, farmsteads, meadows of their pastoral lands where its component members once grazed. The remains were there at one point, alive and feeding on that grass. The mere presence of the Charnel Reaver awakens fear within animals and pretty much anybody else, and the horrid moaning from its multiple mouths cripples those who hear it with terror. In hand, it wields a heavy weapon made from animal implements or scrap metal. Most often, though, it is a cleaver or an axe. Within the raw mass of the Charnel Reaver's neck are several gnashing mouths atop which rests a skull like that of a horse or a cow. A Charnel Reaver delights most of all when its mouths are ripping into its prey, simultaneously tearing through the flesh and rotting that flesh at the same time. Bone and sinew from the animal corpse compose the horror of the Charnel Reaver, though its arms and bipedal form are twisted into a vaguely humanoid shape. Unfortunately, destroying the Charnel Reaver is difficult because the evil spirit returns a few days later and reanimates the old body or creates a new body from animal parts. A strange broth can be made from the bones of a slain Charnel Reaver and drunk by a large number of individuals who perform a sacred prayer, and this will banish the evil spirit so that the Charnel Reaver does not rise again. Now, there's not that much more I can say about the Charnel Reaver other than it is probably one of the most terrifying monsters I've seen in Esper's Emporium of Esoterica so far. I hope this was useful and interesting to you. I want to thank my patrons who support me on Patreon so I can keep doing this every week. I want to thank Esper the Bard who's provided this, plus all the artwork and the information. Thank you, Esper. I want to thank you for watching, listening, and hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.